Hello, everyone, and welcome into episode 11 of Conversations with Chris and Cameron. And it's been a wild week since we recorded a podcast last week. I mean, so much recruiting information dropped. Otego was in a boot. Jaden Quaintance was dunking in a pitcher. So it's been a crazy week since we recorded last week. We're obviously going to talk about recruiting predictions, visit updates coming up for basketball with recruits, and then of course these Venmo requests are getting out of hand. Like, and since what happened a couple days ago with the Oklahoma quarterback, it's been crazy, and now fans are scouring through players' social media or Venmo to see, if any player has sent anything crazy to other friends at all, and it's crazy just to see.
Yeah, no, it's been wild. I'm excited to talk about that. But yeah, it'll be a fun episode. Like you said, it's been a wild week, so a lot to talk about in the college sports world and specifically Kentucky.
Yeah, I think though we should begin the topic and discuss about the Venmo request. A fan actually sent me this before we started to talk on the podcast, but a fan literally DM'd or Venmo requested Zach Calzada $20, and he basically said, "Go Cats! Don't send anything dumb on Venmo or whatever." And then Zach Calzada actually gave him $20 in return. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, why are fans doing this, And I thought it was pretty funny. And you probably didn't see it, but like I said, a fan sent that to me right before our podcast started.
That is crazy. I did not know about that. Zach Calzada just giving back to the community, giving back a little money.
Yeah.
Uh, that is funny though. I hope that doesn't become like a trend though, because that would be kind of annoying for the players to have to deal with for just getting DM'd a ton. But that is funny though. One of the fans getting $20 out of the QB.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole Venmo situation though with Oklahoma since that started earlier this week with the with him betting on games allegedly? We'll say that.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but like for me at least, I've definitely sent like a whole lot of just goofy descriptions in my Venmo. Like I think which he was a redshirt freshman at the time, he was not at Oklahoma. He was like, I think he was genuinely just making a joke. I do. I think he was just kidding. But the one specific where it had like in the parentheses UCLA versus USC, like that one was like
Yeah.
little bit suspicious, but like. At the end of the day, I think he's just having a good time. I don't think he meant anything by it. And honestly, personally, for me, I don't care if athletes gamble as long as it's not their own sport. Like, I don't care if Shohei Ohtani wants to bet like a ton of college football games. Like, I don't care if he's betting action. Like, as long as he's not betting MLB games or his own personal games, then like I don't see the harm in it. Um, but I do think John Mateer. I think he was joking a little bit with his
Yeah, John
teammates and
McKee.
because he also had a bunch of other stuff that we probably shouldn't bring up on the podcast that he put in descriptions of those. So like I think he was just having a good time with friends. Like I said, personally, we've sent goofy stuff like just randomly to friends
Uh-huh.
and said funny stuff. But I think it was a joke. But they are
Yeah.
crazy to kind of resurface, especially at this time, like right before the season, where they got to do quick investigating and all the good stuff. But it is
Well,
funny though.
Well, the NCAA takes forever whenever they investigate anything, but John Mateer did say that he was not betting on any games, so like hopefully he's telling the truth and hopefully he wasn't actually betting on games. And like you said, he was only a redshirt freshman at that time, so like I said, I wish him the best, but also, I mean, other fans have been going through other Venmo requests, like Zach Calzada. He's sent some crazy stuff to other people as well, along with Cutter Boley, just to name a couple. Of course, I'm not telling you all to go search the players' Venmos at all and then ask them for money or, see what they're saying with sending money to other people. I'm not telling you all to do that. I just find it crazy the recent trend since all this happened like on Sunday or Monday night.
Yeah, and like you said with Mateer, like the NCAA is going to take forever, but it is funny to me that like we know if this was I said on my own like personal podcast, if this was a Texas State safety that was their backup, like he'd be suspended right now, be fined something. Like it would have already been like done, but it's an SEC starting quarterback. They'll probably just sweep it under the rug and like he'll get away with it. But Yeah, it is crazy to see all the resurfacing of the old Venmos and stuff. Like Arch Manning's was crazy. I don't know
Arch
if you saw
Manning.
those.
I
Those were some of
did.
the funniest. I was like, all right. I mean, those were obvious like lies and just messing with people, but
Yeah.
yeah, they are goofy to look at. There's some wild descriptions on Venmo from these athletes.
Yeah. And I think somebody like Venmo requested him $50 and then he denied it. And then that's been trending on social media as well, saying Arch Manning is denying people money, you know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, they're getting paid well, but at the same time, as a fan, you shouldn't be sending Venmo requests to players in hopes that they'll send you some money in return.
Yeah, because then I mean, if they do that, then everybody's gonna want it, and then you just gotta pay everybody, and then all of a sudden that money goes quick. But yeah, I don't know. It is goofy. It's just a wild thing. Like it is shocking to me that it's never come up before, though. Like I don't remember. I don't remember any times in the past where people have like pulled up Venmo. Like I've seen where people will pull up like old tweets from like when these dudes were in high school, or like I know Josh Allen, like the Bills, Josh Allen, like he's notorious for having some goofy like tweets way back when. But yeah, Venmo, it's a funny August thing. I think this just means football's got to get here ASAP because we are scraping the bottom of the barrel for for content.
Uh-huh.
So college football fans are on the edge of their seat, just like looking at Venmos from 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a goofy time, but I think it'll all be fine. I don't if they could prove that he did it, then it's one thing, but I don't think they'll be able to find anything on it.
Yeah. And at this time of the podcast, we're only 17 days away from college football starting for at least Kentucky football. I know the season starts earlier for other teams and everything. So I am excited for football season to be back, especially the NFL. Hopefully the Bengals would start better than 0-2 this year. Hopefully UK does better than 4-8. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what does happen though.
Yeah, I am excited. Like you said, we do have the best week 0 game we've had in maybe ever because Farmageddon is week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State. That one That game, like the last few years where it's an overseas game, it was Florida State, Georgia Tech last year. That was fine. 2 years ago it was Notre Dame Navy. 3 years ago it was Nebraska Northwestern, I think. So like this year we have a ranked top 25 matchup to get us headed into the season. I mean, your Hilltoppers play week 0. They play Sam Houston. So there's
Sam,
some
that'll
there's
be a
some
good
fun
one.
games.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the Cats, 17 days away. We're right there. I actually just picked up some of the posters yesterday. So I'll probably throw one up like, I don't know, over here, or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're right here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. I'm excited for the year end. I'll be busy. I'll be free the first week for the UK football game, but then week 2 and 3, I'll be busy with weddings, so I probably won't be able to catch the UK games as much. So I'll be excited to see what happens. I'm nervous for the Ole Miss game. I believe that's what week 2 or 3. It's one of those 2 weeks. I'm
Yeah,
nervous
week 2.
and hopefully UK can win, but if they get blown out, at least I wasn't really watching that game because I'll be at a friend's wedding, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if these friends are real friends at this point. They're scheduling weddings during football season. Come on,
I
man.
know.
That's it's crazy timing. But yeah, week 2, Ole Miss game. It's gonna be super interesting. I'm very high on Austin Simmons, their quarterback this year. I'm a big fan of him, but there, it will be his first SEC road start. It'll be a completely new receiver core, new lineman, new everything. So like, there's a chance that we could get Ole Miss again, but obviously Lane Kiffin's not going to be going into that with any love or anything. I remember
Yeah.
his comments at the end of the game last year where he was like, I don't even know what Stoops was doing. Like he
Yeah.
was kind of ticked
Called
that
on the
Stoops
foot.
shocked him with
Yeah.
the play call. So
Yeah.
yeah, Stoops is coming in hot for sure. So
Uh-huh.
we got to get by Toledo first, though. We
Yeah.
we can't
Hey,
we
Chip,
can't look.
Chip Trainum, he's fully healthy this upcoming year, so I'll be interested to see what he does for Toledo against UK. Hopefully, we can stop him with the run game.
Yeah, hope nothing but the best for him. 11 out of the 12 games next year, but not week 1.
Yeah,
Can't
not
have
week
him go
one
off
for
week 1.
sure. Yeah. Sadly, he wasn't healthy at UK, but hey, maybe UK got a better running back with Dante Dowd now.
Yeah, and Seth McGowan and Jason Patterson.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
gonna be all
just
right.
talking about running back one. McGowan's going to probably be running back one if I had to guess.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun backfield this year. But yeah, I'm excited. We're right here.
Yeah. And then we're going to also talk about two other big things that happened recently with BBN United launch. That's going to be interesting. Basically, it's replacing and expanding upon Club Blue. And I find that interesting because, they're going to be offering exclusive content and behind the scenes features, limited edition merchandise, and some memorabilia, meet and greets with Kentucky legends, sweepstakes, raffles, early ticket access, and it also directly supports UK student athletes and NIO efforts. So I really am going to be interested about that, see what they can do with that because Club Blue wasn't that big. Of course, fans donated. I mean, I guess you could say it was big, and it was like the main donation where fans could donate to get stuff back. But I'll be really interested to see what BBN United launch does, though.
Yeah, I am excited to see because, like you said, Club Blue, it wasn't big, but it wasn't small. It was getting there, but with all that they'll have to offer with BBN United, I'm interested to see kind of where this one will go. Like it's going to be, like you said, it offers a ton of new things. It's going to be interesting to follow. It's a obviously massive news that kind
Yeah.
of gets swept under the radar because it's not a like specific football thing, basketball thing. It's just all sports, but it will be fun to see what they're able to do with BBN United.
Yeah, I'll be interested in that, but I think the big main news happened yesterday whenever UK and JMI sealed a deal through 2040. It's worth 465 plus million. And honestly, like everybody, they don't really like JMI. I'm not really a big fan of JMI just because they control everything that UK does. Like for press conferences, you can't go live to like YouTube at all. Like you can publish it after the press conferences are over, but you cannot go live during a press conference because JMI owns the rights and they're like, we're the only people that will go live during press conferences. And it's annoying because, you've got Kentucky Sports Radio or different stations that would love to go live to profit off of it, but sadly they can't profit until after the press conferences are over.
Yeah. JMI is definitely like a touchy topic because it seems like Mitch Barnhart and a select few people love JMI, but then the mass does not like JMI. So
Like
signing that deal was interesting. But what were you saying?
like fans and media, they don't like the deal.
Oh yeah, certainly not. No, no. But like, yeah, signing until 2040, it does make it interesting because like you said, they control everything. So now we're either gonna I don't know if there's like necessarily an even higher ceiling. I think it's gonna be we'll be able to compete at the level we're supposed to and never
Mhm.
exceed crazy expectations NIL wise because we're limited by them. But the floor is much lower because if they control everything,
Yeah.
we're the only school where they control everything. So if they're trying out all these different things and it doesn't work out, we're just not going to get players. We're not going to be able to succeed. Like, it's just it's crazy. I don't understand signing that and limiting yourself, especially with a brand like Kentucky, with Kentucky basketball, how big and important it is. Just limiting yourself just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Mitch Barnhart's a much smarter man than I am, so I don't want to
Yeah.
like say anything, but I don't know. It is crazy to me though.
I think Mitch Barnhart, he's done well for the most part, other than giving, of course, bad contracts to coaches. I mean, we almost had two bad coaches with John Calipari and Mark Stoops signed forever. I mean, I think John Calipari was signed to like 2030, so, and then Mark Stoops is signed to like 2032 or something. So I think he's overall a good AD. It's just some things he does bad, in my opinion. Like I said, giving out bad contracts sometimes, or also signing a deal with JMI till 2040.
Yeah, it's definitely a touchy topic, and I don't really fully understand. The one thing I did watch his interview that he had that KSR had posted,
Mhm.
where they brought up just different things that he's going to want to do with partnered with JMI, and he brought up the thing. I don't know if you had this on your list of topics, but about doing events inside Kroger Field, like maybe
Yeah,
even playing a game in there.
thing.
Um, so that would be cool if we were able to do stuff like that. He even mentioned what doing the Columbus what is it called? Is it the
The
Blue Jackets?
hockey.
Is that their
Yeah.
mascot?
Uh,
Crew. Oh wait,
huh?
no, that's the soccer team.
Yeah,
What's the hockey team?
I'm not for sure. I know. I believe he said Columbus and Nashville, right?
Yeah,
What?
Nashville Predators, but I think it's the Blue Jackets because the Crew is the soccer. I don't know. But Columbus and Nashville doing a like neutral site game at Kroger Field, I think that would be a great idea too. I think it would get a lot of people out. And then honestly, a lot of people that aren't even like hockey fans, like I'd be interested in going to that one. It's a hockey game at like Kroger Field. Like that's crazy. So that
Yeah.
would be cool. So there are some little perks that like will be cool
Mhm.
with just like a long-term relationship that we've already had with JMI
Mhm.
that will be cool opportunity wise, but overall, not a fan. I wish we were more open and
Mhm.
had all these different opportunities, but we're kind of limited at this point.
Hey, at least we're re-signing back with Nike, unlike Tennessee. They're going to Adidas now.
I did see the deal that Tennessee's getting with Adidas, like they've only been with Nike since 2014 or 15. So like for them to go back, it wasn't like too crazy. The deal they're getting though, I don't know why they even would have considered staying because they got like there's the incentives that come with that are like they're basically throwing Louisville away, saying like, "Oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
play with you anymore." Adidas is like prize possession is Tennessee. Like they're giving Tennessee anything they want. It's going to be funny, and they also have something the Tennessee Creative. I think it's just like a partnership with UT Knoxville, but like they're allowing them to like maybe even design some uniforms at some point. Like the options are endless. Like it's gonna be crazy seeing them back with Adidas, which I thought it was funny when they were Adidas
Mhm.
because Adidas is always I've never liked Adidas. I've always been
Yeah.
a Nike guy.
Nike guy thing.
But Adidas has stepped up their game a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Like we I've started to buy Adidas stuff the last couple of years. Like they have turned it around a little bit. They've figured it out, and even Louisville's got some okay things. Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah.
They're getting a little bit closer. Nike still clears by a mile, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean with A&M last year they had the black uniforms that were beautiful with the chrome logo, and so Tennessee could do something like that, and I think they could do something. But like you said, I'm glad we're with Nike. We should never leave Nike.
I
We
agree.
are Nike. Like it's just it always worries me when it comes up that there's like a new contract thing or
Yeah.
there's talks or whatever. Because I think when people think of Nike, I think it's Oregon, Ohio State football, Alabama football,
Hmm.
Kentucky basketball. Like
Yeah. I
that's the
think
Mount Rushmore right there.
I think Oregon's number one though, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Phil Knight's alma mater, but
Mhm.
I think that's the big ones though. I think it's Ohio State, Alabama football, and then Kentucky and basketball. But
Yeah.
yeah, we should always be Nike though.
Yeah, and I think with Tennessee going to Adidas, I think it will actually help out UK in the long term whenever they have to recruit against Louisville because now Louisville is in the main focal point with Adidas giving money to Louisville for recruits and it could potentially help out with Tyron Stokes now because of course Tyron Stokes he's a Nike guy and now with Tennessee being a part of Adidas, I mean like what bag can Louisville throw to Tyron Stokes and Taylor Kinney to get both? And like I said, I believe that could be good news for Kentucky with Tyron Stokes right now.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to happen, but we just need Arkansas to sign with Adidas or Under Armour at this point, and we'd be smooth sailing. We would get
Yeah,
Tyron immediately.
yeah, we'll be golden for sure. But like I said, going back to JMI, just to speak a little bit more about that, I'm just interested because Matt Jones did say that JMI is going to be negotiating all the NIL deals with athletes, and that's going to be really interesting because, I don't want JMI to lowball a star athlete and we don't get the athlete as well.
Yeah, or even like you said, low ball, or even just limit them and have only like a certain cap that they're able to make because they're controlling everything. Like if a kid can go somewhere else and get double the money, that kid's just going somewhere else. Yeah, sure, he can like Mark Pope, he can like the university, he can grow up a fan, but if you're getting offered double the money, they're going to go to another place. So yeah, like you said, low ball, or even just like kind of set a cap on what they're able to make when other schools are kind of just you make you could make a crazy amount of money more here. So um, that is a big worry of mine, where it's just like, man, I don't know if they're gonna know how to handle all of this, especially early on. Like if we
Yeah.
take a couple steps back early on, it'll be dangerous.
Yeah, and then of course UK is getting 18.5 million for NIL deals for or with the revenue sharing with six teams are so far they're going to use it for, which I believe I mentioned before, UK football, UK men's basketball, UK women's basketball. Football, did I already mention that? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Baseball,
Baseball,
volleyball.
volleyball, and I think soccer, I believe. Women's soccer,
Yeah.
maybe. But so it'll be interesting to see. And then, of course, I think fans are also confused about revenue sharing. Yes, teams have 18.5 million, or the university, they have 18.5 million, but still, fans can donate to NIL to get more money. I mean, donors can still donate. Like, we're not capped at that 20.5 million. So I think some fans are confused by that. I mean, I remember hearing about Kentucky basketball. I remember reading this before even revenue sharing became official, like it was still in the works with the 20.5 million, but I believe UK basketball was still asking for another 20 to 30 million even after that 20.5 million revenue sharing.
Yeah, and like you mentioned the fact that people can still donate and donors can still donate and everything. I don't know if you saw, but Kansas just had the Booth family just
350.
send them 300 million.
Yeah, 300.
So they're going to be doing okay for a couple
Yeah.
of years, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it is a crazy time. But yeah, like you said, people need to realize that like you still can donate and all these different things like NIL was intended to be
Mhm.
on top of the revenue sharing.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the future looks like with, JMI and then of course the new way to donate with the BBN United Lunch. So I'll be interested with both. But enough talking about that. Let's start to talk more about Kentucky basketball recruiting and get into that. And also we need to address what happened last week. I mean, two photos popped up on social media last week of Jaden Quaintance and Otega Owe in a park, and Owe was in a boot, and every fan was freaking out. But from the reports from everything, it sounds like it's nothing major. It's very minor, and Owe will be back by the time the season starts from reports. And then, of course, you see Jaden Quaintance also dunking in slides, and everybody's freaking out. You're like, why is he dunking? He had ACL surgery back in April, so it's been 4 months. So why is he dunking in slides? Like at least wear some tennis shoes, man.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. That was my first thought. As soon as I saw that, uh, I was like, "Dang, always in a boot." And then I was like, "Why is Jaden jumping off the ground in slides?" That was my first thought. I was like panicking, but um, yeah, I don't really know fully what was. That was the Dirt Bowl, wasn't it? Isn't that
No,
where they were?
I don't think they were even at Dirt Bowl. I think they were just in Lexington chilling at a park, maybe. I could be wrong,
Oh,
but
I thought it was like a court by where the Dirt Bowl was being played or something. But
maybe you're
it
right.
is crazy.
I didn't
It
really
is.
look
It is wild.
into it too much. It was either Wildcat's Tongue or Big Blue Buddy or Bud. Uh, One of them posted a photo and they're like, "We found the location where they were at the park." And I'm like, I have no clue where this park is at. And you could be right, it could have been at the Dirt Bowl. I didn't really investigate at all.
Yeah, I mean, nonetheless, though, it was kind of. I've already forgot about it just because of all the good reports that came from it. I was just kind of like, all right, well, at least it's nothing to worry about. Obviously, I wouldn't have forgot about it at this point if it was something serious. But like you said, always fine, and he'll be back and good and
Yeah.
everything. It was just what was it, the Tatum and Chris Paul camp or something?
Tatum and Chris Paul camp. Yeah, he got was it Chris Paul? I'm blanking. It might have been Chris Paul, but I do remember it was Tatum at least.
Yeah, I think it was theirs because they do like they're
Yeah.
two Jordan brand athletes, but they do like a college at any level, like they'll
Yeah.
do like a
Mainly
camp and
Paul.
stuff. So I saw that it was cool though because it was like. I mean, Braden Smith was guarding like I don't remember if he was there, but Nate Mint might have been there. Like it was just a wild parallel of just like these old seniors that are coming back, and then some young freshmen coming in. So it was cool to see, but it sucks that Owe got hurt. It's always got to be a Dookie. Of course, it had to be
Yeah, it
a
had to
Dookie's
be.
camp.
Yeah, and
They're
then
just the worst.
Paulo Banchero was there too. Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so but like I said, hopefully Quaintance will be back soon. I don't think he'll be back by the beginning of the season. I think right now, in my honest opinion, I think he will miss the Louisville game. Don't quote me. This is my honest opinion, but don't quote me at all. I do think he'll probably miss the Louisville game, and I would expect him back, maybe mid-December or hopefully I would say no later than beginning of SEC play. That's my hope, but it'll be interesting to see when Quakins returns from his ACL injury. I just don't think he'll be ready come the Louisville game, in my honest opinion. How about you?
Yeah, my opinion would just be SEC play. That's just what it feels like. Though, like timeline feels like it lines up to where he'll be coming back by the time we're entering SEC play. So, like you said, late December, maybe early January. But I think we got the dudes to do to handle it until he's back. So,
Yeah,
but I am excited to get him back though. It'll be
Brandon
awesome.
Garrison. He's probably going to be the starter.
Oh yeah, BG time, and also I mean Yelovich is about to be. You can.
Yeah,
It won't be small because he's like 6'10", so like
yeah,
he can play the five some. I think we're gonna be all right. I'm excited. The closer we get, the more
yeah.
juiced I get for the
Yeah.
season.
And then, of course, I talked to Andrea Yelovich last week, and he said he would be here in 2 weeks or less. So now it's been a week, so he should be here basically any day or within the week. So hopefully it's soon. I'll be excited to see him play. And honestly, like I believe he's going to be a great backup for uh if that is the case, because I believe he'll probably be the backup for and I believe he could fit perfectly into the Andrew Carr role, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. I think not that he has the highest ceiling, but I think there's like a chance that he could be our best player. Like by the time he's comfortable getting rolling and everything, I
Uh-huh.
could see him being the best player. Just there's nothing he's bad at.
Yeah.
Like I thought maybe his defense was lacking a little bit. I've watched more film recently on him, and like kid's just special. He
Yeah.
can run the break. He can handle it well. He can shoot the three. He's very, very high IQ
Mhm.
kid. Or I say kid, he's 21, 22,
20.
whatever. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Yelovich to get here. He's gonna be something
Yeah.
special. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, and I think probably Mohamed Diabate will be the starting four. I mean, I don't think you'll see Diabate play the three. I mean, he might play the three a little bit, but I think he's going to be a tweener between a four and a five, in my honest opinion. But he's not very tall. I think he's only like 6'8", 6'9". But I mean, he just has the broad shoulders and very muscular, and he fits perfect to be a big man, and probably the easiest comparison you could say NBA wise is Draymond Green, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's gonna be awesome. We've talked about him a little bit, and man, yeah, he's gonna be amazing. He just plays bigger than he is, but can also guard anybody, and he's going to be awesome for us this year. And he's got the
Uh-huh.
the championship experience going to the Final
Yeah.
Four, so he's going to be awesome.
Could he be the next Oscar Sheway? Question mark.
Dude, that's high praise. I don't know. That man Oscar was
Yeah.
was something different, but I think he'd be much better defender than Oscar, though. I think
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
definitely on the table. But
I wasn't joking about the Oscar comparison. He did quote tweet my tweet last week, so that was cool. I screenshotted that, sent it to you. I couldn't believe he did
I
that.
saw what was it? I think it was Jeff Badette today that quote
Jeff
tweeted
Bennett.
something of yours. The Joe
Yeah,
Burrow tweet.
yeah. He definitely quote tweets a lot of people. He's quote
Yeah.
That's not the first time he's quote tweeted me, so it's not as insane. But of course, it's pretty cool to see a former UK player quote tweet you. Of course, he transferred to Oklahoma, so sadly he didn't end his career at UK though.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, "Oh, we all wanted Drew." At that time, he was like, "I'm not gonna let hindsight switch things." He was like,
Yeah,
"We wanted Drew Barker."
yeah, and Drew probably would have been great at UK if he didn't suffer that back injury.
Yeah, yeah. He could have been a special player. I don't know if he would have been Joe Burrow good, but
Yeah,
we
maybe not
we'll
Joe
see.
Burrow, but it's just crazy how he developed at LSU. Of course, he was at Ohio State before transferring to LSU, and somebody tweeted at me saying he was at LSU before, or he was at Ohio State before he went to LSU. I'm like, if you're a fan of football or keep up with college football at all, like everybody should know that Burrow played at Ohio State. Didn't really play back up, but he was at Ohio State before going to LSU, so I was like, why are you tweeting me that?
Yeah, there's that famous video of like the dude. You've probably seen it. He's just like sitting by the tunnel as they walk out, and it's like all the quarterbacks, and it pans, and there's like I don't remember who it was. There's like Cardell Jones, J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Joe Burrow. Like it was just like the most ridiculous quarterback room ever. But like you said, that he was good his junior year. I think he went like 8-4 at LSU his first year. But
Yeah,
that hit, the UCF hit, he threw the
that,
pick,
yeah,
got decked. Everything changed for
yeah,
the rest of college football history. He had the best. in my opinion, the best single season of any college football player ever. It was unreal.
Even better than Bailey Zappi at WKU.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I got to go. I don't know if the with a Boca Raton Bowl is the equivalent of going 15-0 in a
Yeah,
natty, but
yeah,
Bailey did go crazy though. I mean, he will forever have the record. I think
yeah.
breaking that record will be wild.
Yeah, and having Zach Kitley as your offensive coordinator at that time, I mean, like Kitley loves to throw the ball.
Oh yeah,
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 I
yeah.
believe
That no doubt.
I believe Kitley is now at FAU, so I wish him the best,
Yep.
the head coach there. But yeah, and I remember before we started talking about UK again, I just remember I would always be arguing or debating with my WKU friends saying that Will Levis was a better college quarterback than Bailey Zappi, and they're like, "There's no way you believe that." I'm like, "I do believe that." I'm like, like what Will Levis did in the SEC compared to the CUSA shows why he's the better quarterback compared to Zappi.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a tough debate. I would definitely say Will just because obviously the competition was much harder, but Bailey was elite, man. That dude could ball. He was
Yeah, he's the ball.
hopefully he can get himself a ring now. He's on the Chiefs,
Yeah,
so
he's with the
he
Chiefs.
can.
Yeah. Well, I don't want the Chiefs to win. I want them
Or
to.
yeah, I mean you're a Bengals fan, so you probably
Yeah,
don't want that, but maybe you want to beat them on the way to the Super Bowl. But
yeah, that would be great. I mean, losing to them in 2022 to the in the AFC Championship game when the Bengals had them, like the Chiefs were choking and the Bengals were making a comeback, and of course the Bengals just choked at the end, and they haven't been to the playoffs since 2022, sadly.
yeah, I got to turn it back into Burrowhead. You
Yeah,
gotta.
go ahead. I agree. And hey, also tonight, that podcast Taylor Swift is going to be on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason. So that'll be exciting. All the Swifties will go crazy. My girlfriend
Yeah,
is going to be watching that. She's like, as soon as I get home, don't bother me because she's currently at work. She's like, don't bother me. I'm going to be listening to this podcast. She's like,
yeah,
peace.
that podcast is gonna like make history. There's no way it's not gonna like the numbers are gonna be insane. Maybe Taylor Swift will come jump on our podcast after it too.
Yeah, I'll hit up Taylor Swift. Please join our podcast. We need more views and watch time.
Yeah, I think she would love to come on here and talk Kentucky Wildcats a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that for sure. But enough talking about all that. We're going to now be focusing more on recruiting, and there's two big things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Baba Dotan reclassified to the class of 2026. But I think the bigger news that we have to talk about is Tyron Stokes, the number one overall recruit in the class of 2026, and that could change with Baba coming to the class of 2026. But at this time, he's still the number one overall recruit. But Jamie Shaw, he put in an early prediction last week and he gave UK a 35% chance to land him. I know it's not a big chance for UK to get him, but to say that UK is leading at this time and the biggest competition right now is Arkansas and then of course the field, I believe that could be really solid for UK and hopefully they can continue to grow on that and continue to lead with Stokes if UK is currently the leader, but most people have been saying that UK is the leader at this time.
Yeah, and I mean the two guys you mentioned, Tyron and Baba, both of them are from Louisville. So it is crazy to think about because Baba, I think, was by the time he transferred out, I think he was at like North Oldham Middle or something. But Tyron Stokes is obviously from Louisville. But it is crazy just because there's been nobody from the city since like D'Lo. Um, but yeah, both those guys, they were both number one in their class, and now Baba reclass, and it'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see. But like you said, what was it? Jamie Shaw put that out the
Jamie saw
prediction.
last week, yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so like honestly, them doing the percentage at this point kind of just like, come on, man. Like, just don't put in the prediction if it's not like 50 plus. But it does say that we're in the lead, so
Yeah.
um, it is just interesting. That I'm just like, all right, well, I mean, what's the point of the prediction if you're just going to be
Yeah.
or Pete Nakos of On Three? He'll put a prediction out and he'll be like, not confident or something. And I'm just like, wait, why are you putting? What
Yeah.
are you doing it for then? Like, I don't understand. But
Engagement baiting to get people to click on the links and everything to make
yeah.
people read the articles basically. But and I'm surprised though that Louisville isn't being more talked about for Stokes. Like I really am surprised by that. I'm like you would think since he's from Louisville that they would be probably competing against Kentucky, but everybody's just been saying UK and Arkansas and just so surprising about that.
I did hear Jack Pilgrim say that a bunch of people in and around Louisville are basically like throwing in the white flag. Like they're just done with Stokes. Like they're just, and I think a big part of it is Nike, which is
Yeah.
hence to why it's Kentucky and Arkansas. But um, yeah, I mean, it just matters a ton. That's a
Mhm.
big reason they got Michael Brown.
Yeah.
And I think yeah, they're just out on Stokes. But that's a big reason they'll probably get Kenny because
Yeah.
he's an Adidas kid. So, but I think it is good. I think we're in a great spot for Stokes, and I'm excited to see. Hopefully, we land him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cal can make his late push. We've seen that numerous times. So,
Hey,
but I like where we're at for Stokes.
hey, I mean, which one would he rather have? The chicken money or the craps money?
Oh, Kraft's money, Kraft's money.
I hear
We don't need that Tyson money.
Yeah, we don't need that Tyson chicken money for sure. Yeah. Hopefully the Crabs will pony up though to get Stokes. We'll see what happens. Who would you rather have between Stokes and Baba? I would personally go with Stokes in my honest opinion. I feel like maybe he's not as talented as Baba because I feel like Baba's going to probably be the number one overall recruit in the class of 2026 with Stokes number two. But I just feel like Stokes would probably fit in better under Mark Pope, in my honest opinion, with how the offense is run. I mean, any player will fit great in Mark Pope's offense as long as they can learn it for sure. But I just feel like Stokes would be better in Mark Pope's offense compared to Baba. What about you?
Yeah. Well, honestly, so I've heard his name different ways. Is it Baba?
I'm not for sure. Like I said
Okay,
it.
I have no idea. I've heard it.
Baba.
I've heard it like three different ways. So
Yeah.
I have no idea. But honestly, it is a tough decision. I think I would lean Stokes though,
Yeah.
because all of the people that I hold to like great respect for the recruiting like analyst game, like they are very sure that Stokes is a one and done, surefire.
Uh-huh.
He's the one that they would put their stamp of approval on for being an elite freshman. So just on a maturity level, um, Baba's obviously like even if he ends up being one, that's a like kind of risking it, like kind of saying that's what he'll be in the future, like in a way, like that he has the most potential or whatever. But I think if you're talking like right away, Stokes will be a good NBA player, but he's going to be a great college player right away.
Yeah.
And like you said, he'll fit in perfectly at UK. So I think I'd lean Stokes as well.
Yeah, and of course that could definitely change before come November. I mean, it just depends on also who UK recruits more. Like, I know I said this as a what if scenario. I'm like, what if Mark Pope can land both Stokes and Baba? And I'm like, I don't think it'll happen because of the NIL money and everything being a factor. But I'm like, I'm like, that would be so crazy because how I would run that would have I would have Stokes at the three and then Baba at the four.
Yeah, yeah, I like both of them. I like both their game a whole lot, but that would be wild though. Like you said, I don't think it can happen just because the money, but
Yeah.
that would be a crazy duo.
Yeah, and in that same article also, Jamie Shaw also said that Kentucky is currently a threat for Caleb Holt, Jordan Smith, and Cam Williams. And then of course last week, Jordan Smith Jr. he announced his top six. Kentucky was in that. So I'm just interested to see how hard Mark Pope is going to be battling with these other teams to get to get the certain recruits because like I said, whenever we had Zach Gagan on our podcast, I thought UK could at max get four players, in my opinion, get one guard, get two wings, and then get one big man. That's how I would want Mark Pope to recruit. Of course, you don't have to get all four. You could get two or three and be perfectly fine in this year's class, and then go into the transfer portal after, however many players transfer, graduate, or declare for the NBA draft as well.
Yeah, I am shocked with the with I didn't even see him say that we were a good threat or whatever for Jordan Smith because it feels like he's going to Duke. Like that's just like
Yeah.
looking from out here, but like yeah, with us being a threat for all those schools, it is going to be interesting to see us kind of now that we're a year coaching under the belt. This is now another like this feels like his first actual like recruiting class
Yeah.
that he's going to like get. So it will be fun to just see him compete against these guys and see what his pitch will be and how much different it'll be. Because I know there's been tons of people talk about his like recruiting pitch is so much different from other people. So it'll be cool to see. I would like to get Caleb Holt. Obviously, the Bama ties are very strong, and they offered him in like eighth grade or whatever it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good players in this class that we're going at. And like Gagan mentioned, it's been a wide net that we've casted. So
yeah. We've
it'll be
offered
fun to see what we get.
we've offered every player in the top 10 for this year's class, which is crazy.
That is crazy. I didn't even realize it was every single player in the top 10, but
Yeah.
um, it'll be fun though. I'm excited to see who we can land.
Hey, if you offer all 10, you got at least land one, right?
That is true. That is true. We'll get one of those fish.
Yeah,
Get
I
one of them.
mean, to be fair, now it's the top 11 with Baba going to be in the class of 2026.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's going to be we're going after all the top guys as we should at Kentucky, but it will be cool to see Pope go up against Shire and Cal and all these other guys just to
Yeah,
land some of these guys.
put up a fight. Hopefully, like,
Yeah.
land the fifth fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, got to. Pope's got it.
And the other recruit that we didn't previously mention, but we've talked about him previously on our podcast, Duron Rippey Jr. He has officially rescheduled his visit. I was talking to his dad the other day. It will be now uh, Kentucky for his visit between October 3rd through the 5th. So he'll be on campus for 3 days. It'll be exciting. I believe that's during Keeneland time. I don't think UK football is playing at that time, but I believe Keeneland will still be going on at that time, so it'll be great to see Duran there. Hopefully, Mark Pope can seal the deal this time, unlike with Lamar Wilkerson whenever UK brought him to Keeneland, and of course, he committed to Indiana, sadly. Hopefully, UK can also defeat Indiana this upcoming year. I really don't think Indiana will stand a chance also with UK in that game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 1-1 on the Keeneland visits, right? It was Amari Williams and
Yeah.
Lamar.
Amari
Yeah, I
Williams
mean,
and Wilkerson, yeah.
yeah, I think Lamar made a big mistake, but I
Yeah.
do think they'll have a good roster. But they did play. Indiana was playing overseas against somebody like terrible the other day and barely won. So I
It
don't know if I like. What'd you say?
I believe it was against like Andrea Yelovic's like former team he played at or whatever. I believe
Yeah,
that's
it was some overseas team that's like. I mean, not that it's like a bad program or bad whatever. Like Indiana should be controlling business. Like you don't schedule these summer games to have a whole lot of competition. Really, it's kind of so. I think their roster is good. I think they have a lot of shooting. They have good guard play. Their front court pieces. I mean the Davidson guy. I can't remember his name now. Uh, I'm blanking on his name, but I love that kid. When I watched him at
yeah,
Davidson, that man can play. So I do. It's gonna suck that we're gonna have to play him, but yeah, I think they're going to be solid. It'll be fun to get that rivalry going again, and
yeah.
hopefully we just go crazy and just destroy them and welcome them back to the rivalry and beat them by 40.
Yeah, only if Tom Crean was still the head coach there.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
they've had some dudes as the coach. They've had some goofballs there. So,
yeah, Michael.
uh, yeah, yeah, they've had quite the run. But I don't know. I mean, Darian DeVries he'll be easy to mess with too. He'll say some cringy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he was at West Virginia before coming to Indiana. I remember my former meteorologist now, sadly, Dylan Goday, has left. He's actually now in Huntington, West Virginia at SAZ, so wish him the best. But he was talking about how he was so upset with him leaving to go to Indiana
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was only there 1 year, but
1 year.
that fan base was fired up about it. They
And
they were excited.
I don't even think he brought any assistants or players with him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he brought his son, most important,
Yeah.
Tucker. So brought the best one of the best players in the Big 12 from last year. If he would have stayed healthy, he could have been special. But I am mad that they took. I wanted Javon Small last year so bad, and they ended up taking him from Oklahoma State. But
Yeah,
which he ended up getting drafted, and um, he actually had like heartwarming story with like his grandpa like trained him or something, took him to workouts and stuff when he was growing up. And I was like, man, that kid, like I wanted him just because I
yeah,
liked his game. And then now we got to deal with liking him even more in hindsight. So,
yeah.
but yeah, DeVries there, Mark Pope, you gotta put it on him year one, go
I,
beat him by 40 or whatever and
I agree.
handle business.
Yeah, I really wish UK could have gotten just Von Small in. I know previously Pilgrim said that UK could have gotten him, so I'm surprised that UK didn't try harder to get him. But Yeah, Small was a beast last year for West Virginia. I really wish we could have gotten him at UK, but hey, we had Lamont Butler, but sadly he couldn't stay healthy. He was a great guard whenever he was healthy, but he battled through so many injuries this past season. But like I said, I'm happy that he signed a two-way contract in the NBA, and I wish Butler the best of luck in his NBA career, and hopefully he'll have a long-lasting one, if not overseas or maybe the G League as well.
Yeah, I hope so. There's some basketball somewhere that needs to be played by Lamont Butler. I know that because that man, absolute baller. He's just a gamer. Like you said, he was an amazing player when he was healthy.
Yeah, he's the perfect Chris Paul comparison.
Yeah, yeah. He's just the point god.
Even though I did get flamed on Twitter, and I do agree, looking back at it, it was a terrible comparison, but I compared Lamont Butler to Emmanuel quickly, and I'll be honest, I really don't know what was going on in my head that day whenever I made that tweet, and I agree, looking back at it, I got flamed at that time, and looking back at it, it was terrible for me to tweet that out. I'm like, it's more of a Chris Paul comparison for sure.
Yeah, definitely Chris Paul with I feel like a more of an emphasis on defense and but yeah, I know that's not a bad comparison there. I don't know about the Emmanuel Quickly one though. I don't I
Yeah.
don't know about that, but
Yeah, like I said, looking back at it, it was just awful to make that comparison.
yeah, that man, I don't know. But Lamont was special. That kid, like the play that always just replays in my head was
It,
the right
it,
before half against Florida when he stole it, got the N one right before half. I was like, gosh, dude, like this man, he could just take over games like it was
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Well, the one play that I always remember from him was the Illinois game in the round of 32 when he got that key steal, gave the ball to Brandon Garrison. Garrison made the shot and got an M1, and UK was struggling to score at that time. And literally, like, I just remember that play because he got that key steal, got that assist to Garrison, and he made the basket. And I guess I got the M1. I can't remember if Garrison made the M1, but just with UK being in that scoring drought and needing a basket, Butler, sealed the deal basically right then and there. Like I felt confident right then and there that UK was going to win and go to the Sweet 16 and play against Tennessee.
Yeah, Lamont's one of those dudes. It's kind of I'd take Lamont over most guards in the country just because of his mentality and like you mentioned and I mentioned, he's just like he'll just take over games. Like it's like the scoring drought. All right, I'll just get a steal, throw an assist real quick. Like he
Yeah,
was just awesome.
yeah, even over Braden Smith.
No, I mean I said over most. I would not all of them, but I would take him over most. That
Yeah,
mentality.
that game is going to be crazy, even though it won't count, but that scrimmage exhibition game between Purdue and UK, that game, or that scrimmage exhibition game, whatever you want to call it, will be insane. I'm excited to see what happens. Hopefully, UK can win that, and it'll be interesting to see because I believe that's going to be a you know, good stepping stone to see where UK is at. Because if they can win against Purdue, an experienced team compared to UK having to get all new transfers again this past year, it'll be interesting to see because if UK wins, they'll be at the very top and should be. If they lose, then if it's close, then you can say, okay, we can make some changes and be better prepared this upcoming year and maybe even eventually also beat Purdue in the NCAA tournament, or you could get blown out. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Then Mark Pope will have to make a lot of changes probably if that happens.
Yeah, no doubt. And I do fully expect Purdue to be number one when they finally drop that AP poll. So Twitter's going to be like on fire one way or another after that exhibition. Like, even though it doesn't count, like you said, if
Yeah.
we win, we're winning number nine right away, 40 and 0. Look, go like there's going to be that. Or if we lose in any way, it'd be like, man, is Mark Pope the guy? Like there's going to be just some wild things said that night.
Yeah, and I know I've previously mentioned this on our podcast before. I just don't want UK to get into another big hole being down 10, 15, 20 points. Sorry, 10, 15, 20 points during games. Like, I want the game to always be competitive the whole time, or UK, of course, to blow out the opposing team. But I just don't want UK to get into a lot of holes like they did this past year, going down 10, 15, 20 points.
Yeah, I think that'll be different this year because I think this team just defensively we'll be able to hang in, even if the shots aren't falling necessarily. But I mean, out of all the reports from practice, seems like the offense is doing just fine.
Yeah.
So I think this team's going to be just awesome. I don't think we'll have any problem dealing with other than maybe just a couple games here and there, maybe going down a little bit, but that'll just happen. So, but I think for the most part, this team's going to be kind of on the other end of that where we're up 15-20 for most of the game.
I sure hope so because, like I said, all those games that we came back and when I had like heart attacks, watching those games, like, how did we even get down 10, 15, 20 points to start out the game?
Yeah, yeah, it was a struggle at times last year for sure, but just praying for healthiness this year. That's the big key.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And then, of course, we're probably about to wrap this podcast up, but next week we'll definitely talk more about Kentucky football because basically, whenever we record the podcast next week, we'll be at most, let's say we record it on Monday, we'll be, 12 days away from football season. Of course, if we record it later on, but it'll definitely be interesting. But next week, the goal is to just, I believe, talk about each game, what we think UK's football record will be. And like I said previously, I've been going with 5-7, but I'm going to look at the schedule before next week. We'll go over it. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be definitely previewing the first game against Toledo as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be awesome. Maybe we can even do kind of predictions of like who the leader of different stats will be or something too. Like obviously, if Calzada is playing well, obviously he'll be the passing yards guy, but maybe rushing, receiving, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we can do something like that too. But yeah, record prediction, all that. That'll be fun to talk about next week.
Yeah, it will definitely be fun to talk about. And like I said, I hope just Mark Stoops can get back to his old way of playing football. And I know a lot of fans hate it, but if we can get more wins than we did last year, I'll definitely take it. But run the ball the whole time. Just keep on running it. We've got the backs to do this upcoming year. Hopefully, every player can stay healthy, not even just the running backs, but all the players. But hopefully, UK can get a great record this upcoming year. Like I said, excited for Dante Dowd, Seth McCowan, uh, Jamarian Wilcox, and also Jason Patterson. So I'm excited for our running back room. I can't wait to see what they can do. But like I said, I would not be surprised if UK doesn't go back to their old ways, running the ball 20, 30 times a game and only passing it like 10 or 15 times as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the great film, The Blind Side, run the dang ball. That's what it's going to be like this year. So I am excited to see that. Just kind of going back to the old ways, but yeah, I think the what was the nickname they kept saying for Calzada? Check down Charlie.
Yeah.
So he's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be run, short pass on third for a couple yards or something, but I think he's going to keep us ahead of the chains. Dude's a gamer. He's gonna play well for us this year. So I am excited just to see kind of the style of play this year.
Yeah, and then who was the team that defeated Miami this past year? And then the head coach was like, "Run the dang ball" after the game, I believe. And of
Oh,
course,
Georgia Tech.
yeah, Georgia Tech, the head
Yeah,
coach
great
was
key.
like, "Run the dang ball" after.
Yeah, he had the hat on, just run the dang ball.
Yeah, and he became a meme for like a week after that happened. Georgia Tech defeating Miami. Like Miami played terrible this past year, so hopefully they'll be better this upcoming year.
Yeah, they what they ended up going because they lost to them and Syracuse, but I don't remember if it was
2-10, something like that.
what for.
For Miami, like they went 2-10. Or what are
Oh,
you?
last year?
They were awful last year.
No, they went like 10-2 last year. They
No,
almost made the playoff.
Miami, I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah, they almost made the playoff last year.
No, they were awful.
Yes.
They were awful.
No. No. Hold on. I got you. I got you. They were good last year.
No, they were good in 23, not 24. Maybe I'm.
No, they were yeah 10-3 overall last year. They lost in the Pop Tart Bowl. I don't remember who they played, but they were 6-2 in conference.
Oh, I'm not. I'm thinking of the wrong team. I'm thinking of Florida State. There we go. Florida.
Oh, Florida State. Yeah, Florida State was really
That's
bad.
who
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking
They're
of. That's who I'm thinking of. I don't know why I said Miami. I was being deep
yeah.
without the B there.
Yeah, they were really bad last year, but hey, according to Thomas Castellanos though, they'll be beating Alabama week 1, so hopefully hopefully he's right and Florida State's back. But yeah, they were miserable last year.
Yeah,
They were
that's
so
what I was
bad.
talking about, not Miami. I was being dumb, but yeah, they went 2-10. That's who I was thinking about, not
Yeah,
Miami.
they beat Cal and like North Alabama or somebody bad, somebody really bad. It was Cal and somebody bad.
Yeah, but of course Miami was good this past year. They had Cam Ward. So
Yeah, Pop Tart Bowl, and then he played like the first half of the Pop Tart Bowl. I think it was Iowa State. I think that's who they played, but they ended up losing because he sat out after like the first couple of drives. It was goofy, but
yeah. Yeah, he played like the first half, like you said. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens with college football this upcoming year. Like I said, I don't have too high hopes for UK. I am excited that they brought back two former players. I believe they're like grad assistants, but they brought back Bunchy Stallings, so he'll help out with the offensive line with coaching. And then they also brought back Yusuf Corker, so he'll help out in the defensive back room. So I'm excited to see those two former players back at UK this time, of course, being on the staff. So we'll see what happens with those two, and hopefully, maybe those two can help lead the team and get us more wins on the sidelines coaching.
yeah, no doubt. Those are two guys that I think I speak for the majority of the fan base when we say we love those guys. Those guys were here in a good era, and yeah, I think it's awesome to have them back.
Yep. But we'll probably wrap up this podcast now. We are working on getting some guests like you mentioned earlier, Jeff Badet, potentially Jeff Badet, but we've been reaching out. So hopefully we can get some guests on this upcoming football season. Excited for it. Like I said, I would love to see Jeff Badet, Stanley Boone Williams on here, Terry Wilson, trying to get some names, familiar names and player, fans that, you know, uh, I'm trying to get out players that or fans that players love, so sorry about that. But we'll definitely try to work on getting some football guests as well onto our show, and we're definitely excited for this upcoming year with all the sports.
Yeah, I do have one more thing. I don't know if you want to talk about it at all because it may be a touchy topic, but the video of David Rayner and I don't remember who else was in the video, but the video that's gone viral, the TikTok.
I don't think I've seen this TikTok.
You haven't seen it? They talked about it on KSR. It's been
You know me, I don't use TikTok. That's like the
well,
only
I saw it on Twitter. I
uh,
just I saw it on Twitter.
what
But
is his name again? David
just go to Shannon the Dude's Twitter page.
Shannon the dude. All right. We'll talk about this and then wrap the podcast up, but we'll see
Yeah, all right, so we'll get your live reaction to it then. It's
where
from probably 2 days ago, I'd guess. Yeah, 2 days ago. All it says is "Go Cats."
Okay. Oh, yes, I've seen this.
That video.
Yes,
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, I'm shocked you haven't seen it because,
I've
yeah,
seen it. Yeah. I was so surprised that the UK football, official account put that on their good old TikTok page. I was so surprised by that. And then of course UK football, they have officially deleted that TikTok, but of course it's made the rounds on social media, and like I said, I just completely forgot to bring that up because of the other topics, but I'm glad UK football did delete that post, but like I said, we're going to get made fun of if we continue to lose a lot of games this upcoming year. Like, hopefully we don't. But hey, we could use that if we beat a big team like Ole Miss. Like, Ole Miss comes into our field, we defeat Ole Miss, and then we could use that TikTok against them and be like, you lost to us.
yeah. You lost to these guys. Honestly, though, whenever I saw it, I was kind of just like, I mean, I felt like it wasn't a big deal. I've seen a lot worse from other pages, so I
Yeah,
was kind of like, I mean, just let the dude, let him have fun a little bit. Like, I'm sure
trainer.
they did not make them do that. The players were probably like, hey, let's just do this, and apparently they were trying to like be the stereotypical sorority girl pictures. That was like their goal. So it was like, I mean, and let them have fun. But I do know Stoops went to like two different people in social media, and he ripped them big time for
Really?
posting it. And it was like, I mean, they wore it. They were just like, all right, yeah, sorry, I don't know what to say. But
Wait, I
this is
didn't
one
hear.
thing that popped up in my head. This is what I'm talking about. South Carolina, a couple years ago. We have these out here. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. We post our guys dancing a little bit. That's no big deal.
But what were you talking about, Mark Stoops, real quick?
Yeah, so well, I know the guy that made the post. I'm
Uh-huh.
not gonna put his name out there, but
Yeah.
um, so his like boss or maybe a coworker, I don't remember, but Stoops went up to him, like the coworker or whatever, and like basically brought it up or whatever, and then the guy that I know was like, "Hey, it was me. Like I posted that." And so then he just ripped him,
That's crazy.
just like yes, ripped him, and he was like, "All right." I mean, like he wasn't like talking back or anything. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, I posted it. He doesn't like it. That's fine." Like, but I'm just kind of like. I don't know. If it doesn't. I guess the Stoops that would probably hurt the program a little bit, make it look
Yeah,
soft or something. I don't know, but
yeah,
just let them have fun. It's
yeah.
2025.
Let them have fun. I
Just
mean, like I said, I'm not big into all the, players dancing. Like I remember last year, like all the players were big onto TikTok dancing. Like I'm not big into that, but at the end of the day, let the players have fun. Do whatever they want to, as long as they aren't harming themselves or, other players or fans or anything. Like let them have fun. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but let them do whatever they want. Let them have fun.
yeah, no doubt. I just think just let David Rayner get off the hook. But I did see there was like a lot of I want to say it was a Louisville fan that was like, get Kentucky to the Conference USA right now. They need to be
Yeah.
out of the SEC. Like just joking around. I was like, oh man. But it was
I think
funny.
I think we
It
need
was
to
fun.
talk about one more thing before we end the podcast. Did you also see that Instagram live with Tyrese Maxey whenever he was trying to open up that can opener for his dog? Like I saw
Yeah.
a video the other day as well, and it made me laugh. And I'm like, I think he finally got the can opener open for his dog so he could feed his dog. He's like, I usually get my chef to do this, but my chef isn't here. Like they have the day off, and he's like, I never did any of this. My family always cooked for me. The only thing I did was work out basically all the time and played basketball.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Tyrese for having the humility to
Yeah,
just go on Instagram live because he obviously could have like looked it up, but I think that's a fun way to do it. If you're a celebrity and you just want to know something, just go to Instagram live, ask people to comment. So I thought that was cool though. It was funny seeing Tyrese do that.
just ask ChatGPT or AI to help you out for sure.
Yeah, honestly, ChatGPT at some point is going to be able to just do it for you. But yeah,
Robot.
Tyrese is definitely a fan favorite. So I was glad to see he was making off season news, not for a bad thing at all. It was just out of something goofy.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe Tyrese Maxey will come back to UK for a game. Like that would be great. I remember whenever Julius Randle, this was back a decade ago, but whenever he broke his leg or foot, whatever it was, I remember he was at the UK game. I don't know if he was why, but I do remember him at the game trying to get a photo with him. But of course, he was still injured, so he wasn't really in the mood to take pictures with fans at the time. But like I said, I would love to see some more former Cats uh, come back to UK and just support the program.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Tyrese is definitely one of those guys. Just energy, happy, joy. Just an awesome guy that he also they just released a like a shoe pack kind of. There's like a lifestyle shoe and a basketball shoe. The lifestyle shoe looks so sick. Like I want it, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's been killing it with New Balance. They've made some cool stuff with Tyrese.
yeah, and Jamal Murray is also with New Balance as well. Can't forget.
Yep. Yeah, New Balance killing the game right now.
Yeah, for sure. But I believe we're going to wrap up this podcast. But like I said, to end it, I really hope though, like UK and Louisville can somehow play at Kroger Field or figure out some other ways where UK sporting athletes, get programs involved to play at Kroger Field because that's the easy way for UK to make money and everything because they really don't make money at Rupp Arena since they lease it out from Central Bank Center. So figure out ways to make money through Kroger Field with sporting events. And like I said, I would love to see UK versus Louisville for sure at Kroger Field one year.
Yeah, no doubt. Doing something at Kroger Field would be awesome. But honestly, I don't care where we play Louisville at. We can play Louisville at Transylvania. I just want it back at the end of December. I don't care where it's played. I just want to have that game when it's supposed to be played. But yeah, having something at Kroger Field would be awesome.
Well, I mean, if it happens in December, we won't play at Kroger Field for sure.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
It'll be
And also,
too
it
cold.
does make me a little bit worried just because, like, if you do play like a big time team in those environments, even if it's just like a slight breeze at Kroger Field, like it could mess with you a little bit. So maybe play an exhibition game there or something. I don't know. But
Maybe an exhibition game, but yeah. Well, we'll wrap up this podcast from here. We appreciate you all watching Conversations with Chris and Cameron. Of course, this was episode 11. Hard to believe we're already into double digits.
episode John Wall, baby.
Episode John Wall, do the John Wall. John.
Yeah, shout out Troop 41.
Yeah, I actually did follow T Rev the other day on Twitter. I was hoping like he would follow back so I could shoot him a DM and be like, "Can you get onto our podcast so we can talk about your hit song from a decade ago?"
That would be kind of cool.
Decade and
That
a
would
half,
be awesome.
really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're unks now.
yeah. We're homes now. Yeah, somebody called me that the other day. I'm like, I'm only 26. I'm not that old.
Oh yeah, no, nah, yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of unks, but if somebody brings it up, we're
Yeah,
not.
for sure. All right, but let's wrap up episode 11. We'll be back next week with more recruiting news, player updates, and plenty of Big Blue Nation chatter. We're definitely going to be talking about UK football and seeing how well they'll do this upcoming year or how poorly, depending on how you see it. I mean, glass half full, glass half empty.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see
All right.
how we do it next week.
All right. Thank you all for watching. This is Chris signing out and
Cameron signing out.
Ooh, all right. We appreciate you all watching and listening on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is us signing out. Peace.
See ya.